Right, so before we get too far into things, a bit of fan art sent to me by GameGeek93. This was part of an art exchange that I did with him, and he used some visual references I'd supplied him of my character, and he drew me invoking magic. Very nice, I quite like this picture. Thank you very much. Really about the only bit of grinding that I actually did this time around was going after Fireman, so I did think this was important to show. I wanted to get more Fireman chips, specifically his higher level chips, but I'll talk more about that in the actual video. Since this was some key grinding to go after, I wanted to make sure I showed at least a bit of it one of my fights against Fireman, and here it is. My prize? Fireman 3, nice. Hello, Rowan Mithril here once again, and as last we left things we learned we needed to go speak with Dex, so let's do so. I've added a few new chips to my folder. Notably from my chip grinding I got Fireman's version 2 and 3. 3 is the strongest, 2 is middle of the road, and 1 is the weakest, but still at 100 damage, that's pretty nice. And they work so nicely with all the fire tower chips I have. So anyway, let's go check out the neighborhood. First things first, let's talk to this kid. He wants a fire tower F. I happen to have a spare. In trade, he gives us Dynawave R. I definitely want to have more of these. Next, let's check out Yai's mansion. Looking at the rug and the head on the wall, apparently she's whacked Pikachu. That's kind of disturbing. Can you even qualify that as a tribute? Seems more like a threat. Anyway, her phone network is the only really interesting thing to check out. We've already been in the portrait network. 1,000 zenny because she's a rich girl. This place is full of things like Fishy and Swordy, and also the occasional Metar. We get a wide sword. Swordy are in control of pretty much most of the sword-type chips. So now let's check out Dex's stylish place. Quite a mess, though. We can still check out his game system, which is very obviously a GameCube. In here we find a Crossgun K, I believe. Not terribly useful. There are some strong viruses in here, though, if any want to show up before I leave. Yes, there we have a Canodum 2. Indeed fairly strong. Let's see if we can actually get a high cannon off of it. Just a matter of timing, because the crosshairs on that move a lot faster. Ah, we just get Zenny. Oh well. We can also go on to Dex's main terminal. This is his connection to the net. And if the rice balls he has spinning around in here are any indication, he has quite the food fixation. Time to show off Quake chips. They have the same trajectory as a bomb-type chip, but take a little longer to actually work, because they have to morph into the heavyweight appearance, and then they drop down. They crack panels, so they can be useful for limiting an enemy's movement. They're also strong, so they're great on enemies that don't move. So now we have Dex's Link and also an X-Panel 3. Okay, Dex, we need to get deeper into the net. But it'll only help us if we get him a Recover 50L. Apparently we can find that at Mail's house. So, you know where we're going next. Time for the pretty pink house right next door. Nothing, Mail. Just checking out the surfbot, really. That's it. This place is home to some rather irritating viruses, but it's also home to an HP memory. I think the only viruses within the surfbot are spookies, Flappies, also known as Powies, Metars, the ubiquitous things. But the Spookies and Flappies are the most prevalent, I believe. The same goes for her piano, which is her link to the internet. And there they are. Oh, whatever. Trying to get these two to line up cooperatively is rather problematic. So I'll just take them out the old-fashioned way, I suppose. Quite unfortunately, they can still see you even if you're invincible, or invisible, that is. Though invisibility is invincibility. Whatever. Invis one I get. Let's move on. That's simple enough. Here's what we're after. There's the Recover 50 that Dex wanted, as well as Mail's net address. We've got Mail. Dex is ready for a challenge. Gutsman is ready to fight, so let's go. If we give him the Recover 50, he'll battle with us. Gutsman really didn't become much of a threat until Battle Network 3. That's where he got the Rocket Guts Punch. Later on in 4, he got the Guts Machine Gun. So he started getting some actual ranged attacks that weren't obviated by him making holes all over the place. Oh, B, C, D, that works. Also, nicely, I don't believe Zeta Cannon can flinch Gutsman, so you can really open up on him. If he'd get in line with me. Whoa, nice try punching me there. All the holes he makes can make this fight drag on longer than it really needs to. It makes it more difficult to hit with ground-based chips such as shockwaves or fire towers. But at the same time, it makes it to where he can't hit you at all. Basically, just be careful you don't get yourself trapped is all. It can be easy to not pay attention and just lose track of where he's going to hit. Hooah! Oh, yes, much like Higsby, Dex makes strange noises upon defeat. It's nothing compared to Guagugu, but still. He honors his promise, and we have the link that we needed. But wait, there's more. He also gives us Gutsman G. Very nice of him. We may as well put him in our folder. Let's see, what can we replace? I have plenty of those. Let's go ahead and replace one of them. So now it's back to the net.